Greetings, everybody. Let's see if I can get a better connection. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. I think, yes, today is Tuesday. All right. I can't find my thing, so I have to use my hand to hold the phone. Okay, so today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is a day that is governed by Mars. And Mars is currently at the 10th degree of Taurus. Mars is the planet that rules our will, our will, our ability to take action. It rules it's our authority, it's our aggression, it's our masculine energy. Mars is the warrior, the baby, the beginning, when it's with Aries, but it brings in this energy that allows you to take on things. It brings in energy that will allow you to take action, to bring forth aggression. That's what Mars is about, right? And like I said, it's masculine. Mars is the active force here on this 3D reality, but Saturn rules it because Saturn is the governor of the 3D reality. Cause and effect, karma rules the 3D reality, but Mars is how we move through the 3D reality. And Mars in Taurus is about our value. Taurus is how you feel about yourself. Taurus is your feelings, your senses. And your senses are first and foremost geared towards your relationship with yourself. How you relate to yourself. How you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, your worth, your value. And being able to equip yourself with skills that you can use to exchange value so that you can bring your value and share it with others. But first, you have to develop it from your own will. And Taurus, with Mars and Taurus, there is this is very, because Taurus is the musician. Taurus is the musician in that it's like the music of the planet, right? It's like the wind, the waters, the sounds, right? Taurus, that is people who are musicians. They really are sensitive to their environments, their feelings, right? This is how music is developed. It is through this dance, this relationship with the senses. And so with Mars and Taurus, oh, go ahead. That's all right. Say it again. Say that again? Yeah, I'm live. Okay. With Mars and Taurus, it heightens our senses. It heightens our creative potential. It heightens our sensuality. It also heightens our sexual nature, right? And so Mars is in Taurus at the 10th degree of Taurus, and the sun is in Cancer. So the sun is actually leaving Cancer. I think one of the things that's most significant about this work is that it's very significant for us to understand that these aspects and transits that we're in, they really only come, like this transit we have right now with Jupiter getting ready to go retrograde in Aries, the sun in Cancer, Mars in Taurus. We won't have this again. Like these aspects are rare. They are delicate. They are divine. They are, you won't get this time back. And that's why it's really important to learn to be present, because the creative energy that is available for this moment for you is necessary, because it is helping you weave together a reality that only you can weave together. But if your attention is external and focused on things that don't have meaning, if you're easily distracted by whatever the media is promoting and whatever the celebrities are, saying you should put your attention on for them so that they could use the energy to create the reality they desire. This energy is, it's not to be disregarded or disrespected, because you won't get this again, is what I'm trying to say. So with the sun in Cancer, we get to redesign our childhood patterns, things that we learned from our mothers that were suitable when we were 3 and 7 and 12 and 20, but that are not suitable any longer. And in order for us to change those patterns, you have to go in and see how those patterns are running you. Have you guys heard that story where they talk about the woman who's teaching her daughter how to cook a roast, and she pulls out the pan, the big pot, the roasting pan, and she starts putting all the vegetables in, and she cuts the sides of the roast off. And the daughter asks her why she does it, and she says, I did it because that's what my mother taught me to do. That's why I did it. And then she went to go ask her grandmother, why do you cut the sides? Why do you cut the sides of the roast off? And she said, because that's what my mother taught me to do. And then so she went to go talk to her great grandmother and say, why do you cut the sides of the roast off? And she said, because the pan was not big enough for the roast. So they were doing things for 3 generations that were based on the mindset, the resources, and the ways of being of the great-great-great-grandmother, and doing it into modern times and not even understanding why they were doing it. This is what I'm saying when I mean that these energies are rare and they don't come around. You won't have this energy again. So whatever is being made available to you as we are stepping into a new phase, a new cycle, right? A new cycle of life. And new cycles are very real things, right? Like when you graduated from middle school, you never went back. You never went back to middle school. You never went, but you did use the things that you learned from middle school and high school. But when you got out of high school and college, you realized that all that shit that you learned in high school and elementary, most of it you never use, right? Most of it you never use. This is why we have to learn how to use the energy, because it never comes back and we get stuck in patterns when we don't use it. So with the the first thing I want to say is with the Mars in Taurus, it's about reciprocity. It really is understanding that what you put out is coming back. And because it's Mars, it's your will. So you want to learn how to use your will, right? You want to learn what does it look like to put your will energy towards something. That's Mars. Jupiter's doing something else right now. That's asking you to expand your identity, right? So all these energies work different. All you need to do is acknowledge them, and you'll never have them again in this configuration. Never. It's powerful. So, I want to invite you guys. The next moon cycle begins tomorrow. We're going to be doing the new moon in Leo and the full moon in Aquarius. This energy is really significant and particular to our ability to deeply love ourselves, to love who we really are, to not throw parts of ourselves away, to not judge ourselves, to really understand and learn and step in the understanding and the practice that everything about us is divine. Everything about us is connected to source and filled with light. And if we learn how to use it and work the configurations of energy, we can create an alignment with the divine will of God through us. So we have until the 23rd is the last day to join the class. For the entire month, you'll get my private group. You'll get all the rituals for the moon cycles, full moon, new moon, the access call, the astrology, the rituals on a daily basis to begin to realign your energy and open your heart. And I want to talk about this heart thing, right? Because Leo rules the heart as we come into this new moon energy. Many of us have blocked our hearts in ways that we don't even recognize. I know that's the truth for my own self. Just the things that, protecting ourselves, being disappointed and not wanting to be disappointed again. The stories, the culture is geared towards the greatest thing a killer there have is heart attacks. Why? Because the heart is closed. I've been doing some work around opening my heart. I've been talking about it because I am in this narrative around race. And I've been in this narrative around race and white people and not being able to trust them. And I realize that it's been blocking my heart. It's blocking my creativity. But I also have I've been holding stuff where I'm afraid to speak my truth with people in my life, and holding myself subject to other people's beliefs and behaviors and thoughts of me, blocking my heart. And so I've been working to really open my heart, and I've been working with the person that I have a child with in my own energy field. And what I see is that I have projected so much power into romance and this belief that romance was going to save me, that I was going to experience like some sort of Cinderella, Snow White, here he comes to save me kind of love that was going to come from something external, and it was going to rescue me from myself. And because of that, I projected all of these expectations onto my son's father, onto other men, like they had the answer for me, but it's not true. And so right now I'm in the process of releasing all of these ideas of what love and romance is, based upon fairy tales that are not true, that are about having somebody save me from myself and not be true to who I really am. And so I just want us to know that we might think we're over stuff, but it's deep in the body, you guys. We carry it for lifetimes. If you are holding old love, romantic shit, if you are not allowing yourself to open up to love, to yourself, like really deeply to yourself, and then when it's time to others, come do this class. Come do this class. This is the time for us to open our hearts. This is the time for us to free ourselves from these old patterns and belief systems. This is the time for us to really recognize that the love that we have for ourselves is really the most significant thing that you can have, and begin to discover the ways that you can tap into that for yourself and not have expectation of others to do for you what only you can do for yourself. And as I am doing this work, what I'm discovering is really profound. So I love you guys very, very much. The moon is in Aries. How do you register? You register in my link tree. You can go to the 13 moons in my link tree in my profile. And it's $111 a month. And you can cancel at any time, and you can join anytime. But every month we're working with a new energy. And this month it's about the heart and romance and all those ways that we projected that profound love that we have between ourselves and God to some human being thinking that they could do it for us. Ooh, come on now. So the moon is in Aries, and the moon in Aries means we're starting a new cycle, but it's about being loyal to yourself. It's about really believing wholeheartedly in yourself in ways that are scary, in ways that it's almost hard to believe, because Aries means you have to create something new. So it's time to do something new, you all. It's time. This is the time to do it. This is the time. And what I'm telling you, when I say it's so important to follow the cycles of nature through the astrology, because you're doing what the universe is doing. You're starting a new cycle when the universe is starting a new cycle. And that means that you are following nature's laws. And so when you do it that way, it actually takes and it works. It's like having miscarriages, right? So it's like if you don't have sex in those 3 days that you can get pregnant, you can have sex 17 times a day. You're not going to get pregnant because there ain't no egg in there, right? But that's what I'm saying. The astrology tells you where is the energy potent, and the energy is potent now. It won't be potent like this again in this way for a while, because we won't have the configuration of the sun in Cancer and the moon in Aries for another year. But it'll be 12 years before we have the sun in Cancer and the moon in Aries and Jupiter in Aries. We won't have that for 12 years. So get in when the getting is good. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a good day.